one of the most important realizations out there. Right? You could say for life in general, certainly any situation, is simply knowing that there are options. There are always options. And that's in reference to that metaphorical edge or cliff that we all come up against every now and then. Right? In one capacity or another, we've all been there. We've had enough. We're mentally, physically exhausted. The deck seems to be stacked against us, and things feel hopeless. Right? And the reason that this realization has been so valuable is because it's in these moments that the negative seems to want to overshadow the opportunity. It's all we see. Right? When you've taken loss after loss after loss, your rough stretch, the brain tends not to paint pictures of rainbows or butterflies. It does the opposite. Creates a narrative of victimhood, tragedy, acceptance. It says that this is reality, this is forever. And that's why so many people let the past define who they are. Right? Because when it's rained for 6 weeks, you begin to anticipate rain. But that's why this little rule is so crucial, right? It says, hey, listen, take a step back and remember that you were the one pulling the strings. Anytime things feel hopeless, it's because you are choosing not to look at what matters. You're seeing the bad stuff, the footsteps that brought you to your predicament. But they are not you, and they have very little to do with your ability to change. It will never be a false statement that the rest of your life starts now with the decisions you make from here on out. The trick is you have to see the ocean of opportunity and not that bucket of water that you tripped over. That will always be the temptation. And I can speak from experience. I've had projects fail. I've had investments fall apart, relationships come crashing down, all the above, just like every single person alive. But what makes or breaks us is the ability to recognize our emotional state, understand that we're being irrational. Our discomfort, panic, dreary outlook, all of that is self-induced, self-made. And we can decide to see the good. Your business idea was a disaster. Fine. There are 2 things you can do. You can say to yourself that you suck and you can dwell on it, or you can think about the experience, the relationships you built, the lessons learned. Look, some people pay 6 figures to read about your experience in a textbook. You lived it. Maybe it didn't go exactly as planned, but you'll get to talk about that someday in an interview, right? After your next project, your next business blows up and changes the world. You can do anything, you can go anywhere, and I say that because just the thought is incredibly liberating. You're never stuck, and how amazing is that? Unless you hold out your hands and cuff yourself, limits do not exist.